Hey everybody, Paul Vacheski, and welcome to Nebraska Landlord's YouTube channel, where my mission is simple, and that is to keep you informed of what's going on in our industry in the state of Nebraska. And the best way to stay informed is, besides watching this video, is to subscribe to our newsletter, the Nebraska Landlord and Manager newsletter. Just go to nebraskalandlord.com, put in your email address, and every Tuesday you're going to get our email. A lot of information. It's a great periodical. Okay, so today we're going to talk about a legislative bill that's before the legislature. It's LB 101. This is the tenant's right to a jury trial. I do think that this has a better than average chance of making it through the legislature, and I 100% believe whether it goes to the legislature or not this year or next year, it will at some point very soon become law. So many states already have this, where the tenant has a right to a jury trial at eviction. In the state of Nebraska right now, it's a bench trial, and it's done for efficiency's sake. There's just so many evictions that are filed. It's just for efficiency. The judge is the sole arbiter. The case is before the judge. He or she makes a determination of innocent or guilt and either grants the eviction or they don't. If LB 101 passes, then the tenant would have the right to opt for a jury trial or a bench trial. It would be their choice. Now, why do I say it's going to become law? Well, it is a real constitutional issue. It just is at the federal level. We have a right to a jury trial in a contract dispute, and that's what this is. Secondly there was a case before the Nebraska Supreme Court, I think in 2023. It's NP Dodge versus Holcomb. So Holcomb was a tenant, they got evicted, legal aid stepped in, represented them, and they were appealing it through the process all the way to the Nebraska Supreme Court, who heard the case. Holcomb was, basically their legal defense is this was an invalid eviction because I was denied my right to a jury trial. The Nebraska Supreme Court threw it out. They threw it out on the basis of standing, because what happened is before the case made it to the Supreme Court, the tenant moved out of that particular dwelling. Therefore, the case became a moot case, a moot point. So they threw it out for standing, but not on the merits of the case. And 3 of the 7 Nebraska Supreme Court justices went way out of their way in the ruling to say, we do agree with throwing it out because of standing. However, we feel that there's a likelihood that she's entitled to a jury trial. So 3 out of the 7 Supreme Court justices said the tenant has a right to a jury trial. Now, here's my personal belief. I believe those 3 justices was basically warning the legislature that, hey, you need to clean this up or we are. And that's why I think it has a better than average chance of becoming law through the legislative process. I also believe because of those 3 justices that opined on this, they only need to get one more justice to flip it, where it will become law in the state of Nebraska that jury trial for evictions is going to be the law of the land. I firmly believe that. I don't know if LB 101 is going to pass through the legislature. I don't know. It's in committee right now. If it gets out of committee, I think there's a high likelihood that it's going to become law. The key with all of these bills is whether or not they get out of committee. Having said that, I think everybody needs to start preparing for jury trials. I just think it's going to happen. Legal Aid or one of those nonprofit legal organizations is going to find a different, in fact, I've been told that they already have a case that's ripe, that they're getting through the system right now. They want to take it all the way to the Supreme Court. They know what to do. They're going to get it done. I just think it's going to happen. Whether LB 101 passes or not is going to be that'll make a determination. I got to be honest with you. Part of me actually wants LB 101 to pass, and here's why. Knowing that the Supreme Court, I think, in the end is going to do it. If the Supreme Court makes the law, it's going to be chaos and uncertainty for many months until the legislature goes in and puts civil procedures in place. At least by doing this, then we know the rules ahead of time. That's kind of my thought on this. However, if you are in favor of this, you're opposed to it, whatever your opinion is, I suggest that you reach out to your state senator. The way to do that is to email them. I'm going to leave a link down below in the comments section, a link to the Nebraska legislature. You can find your state senator. If you don't know who they are, you can email them. Keep it short, sweet, and simple. Just tell them you oppose LB 101, you support LB 101, whatever it is that you believe. But I just wanted to make this particular LB. So I just want to make you aware of what's going on referencing LB 101. That's all I got in today's video. I'll see you in the next video.